Hello everyone, today I am going to open and build this LEGO Marvel set, the Avengers Endgame Thor vs Chitauri. So without further ado, let's open up and start building. And here we are, I have finished building this Avengers Endgame Thor versus Chitauri. This is a quite unique set because considering its size, it has lots of minifigures. And I would say this is actually a Chitauri battle pack. But first, we're going to take a look at the Iron Patriot. So this is the Iron Patriot armor that you see in the climax of Avengers Endgame. They utilize this mini mech build to create the armor. I do find the hand is a little bit too big considering the body size, but this is what you usually get with your $25 superhero mech. It has two stickers, one at the front here and the other one down below to give it a little bit more design and closer to the actual armor. There's also two on the shoulder. I like the color scheme, and I think overall it's a pretty good mini mech build. And of course you can fit Rhodey inside the centerpiece by sitting him down, and you can see like it's not resistant to pressure. The joint is quite loose, and just by pressing down, then you can actually defeat Iron Patriot quite easily. I think with Rhodey inside it kind of makes sense, but again, in terms of accuracy, the mech is actually too big compared to what you've seen in the movie. Has a standalone mech build though is pretty good. Next, we have this creature. I don't know its name, but in the movie, it looks like some kind of gorilla type creature that the Chitauri army uses to destroy, things and rocks and stuff. Because it's pretty strong. I think this is the more interesting build compared to mech, because you usually get to build a mech from various other theme, and it is a pretty decent one considering its size. I think I just haven't got it like posting right, but you can see here you can actually have it post the way that looks like a gorilla. So it's actually quite posable, but unfortunately I just don't know how to adjust it. Every time I pose it, makes it looks like a sloth. Having said that, you did get a rather rare print on this. Usually they give you a sticker, but I don't know. This is the only printed parts in this set. I also like how they create the hand using this L shape, and then the claws is actually pretty cool, like in terms of how the hands looks like. I just don't know how I can pose it in a way appear the same as the box art. The chain here is a nice touch, but again, it's actually quite interesting to use the gear as the mouth. It does look like something else. You also get to build two the Chitauri bike or hovercraft. Is actually a pretty cool mini build, and it will be useful to add into the Avengers towers if you do have that set. And finally, you got a small corner of the battlefield, which is very small. You got tons of events, the portal, and at the back you got the connector. If you have that bigger endgame battle set, you can actually connect to the other set, which I'm not interested to buy. That's one reason I bought this particular set. But you can see lots of effects here, and you've got this jumper piece that you can put Thor here to create him kind of flying off the ground. So it's pretty cool and fun mini build. And here are the 7 minifigures including this set. Yes, the 7 minifigures, considering the size of the set, it's really a Chitauri battle package that you get for Chitauri soldier. I'm not going to details of the Chitauri soldier because they're identical and appears in previous set, but let's take a look at the other minifigures. First, we have Thor. I think this one is slightly different because this Thor has the power effects on the torso. No legs printing though, and a bit more simplified Stormbreaker, but with the effect parts. Again, using the rubber cape, I do find the hairstyle a little bit inconsistent compared to what you actually seen in Endgame, because in this version of Thor, the hair is supposed to be longer, and then they reused this same Thor head since from the earlier set, and you get the much more calm and happy face of Thor. Next we have Rocket. Rocket again is another cool minifigures with her, not her, but with his goggles, and you can see he's actually kind of smiling. Again, with Rocket, you often get a custom build stud shooter, which is pretty good. No leg printings, of course, but with his raccoon tail and also pretty cool printing on the torso. And finally, the main reason I bought this set is for this exclusive Iron Patriot Mark II minifigure. So you can see the printing across the torso and the legs are so good, and then you can see, like, even the printing on the helmet is extremely well done, and with back printing as well. This is a rather unique armor. Again, even without the mech, I think this is a pretty cool minifigure. Of course, in the scene, if you kind of put Rocket on his shoulder, then the scale doesn't really work. I think that's why they create the mech. And underneath you do have Rhodey, but this time you don't get any hairstyle nor the alternate face, so it's just one single-sided face for Rhodey. But the armor itself is very well done. And this is the Avengers Endgame Thor vs Chitauri set. As I mentioned, I bought this set for this Iron Patriot minifigure, and luckily there was a 20% off launch discount. Even with the discount, I do find this set very expensive. So with that discount, the price of the set is ridiculous. Although, if you haven't got your Chitauri minifigure or any of the characters, it does feel like a very good set to have, because you get a cool mech build, a cool creature build, and tons of minifigures, especially if you want to build your own Chitauri army. Now it does have the gimmick to connect with other sets, but again, with this size, it doesn't feel like an extension. Will I recommend this set? Probably not, only if you're a fan of the MCU and there's a specific minifigure you want to get. Otherwise, this set is kind of forgettable. But on a personal level, I really like the Iron Patriot minifigure. I do find this build here particular is fun to build. But anyway, do let me know what you think about this set in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like.